Hello, everybody. Welcome to Academy Talk Radio. This is the Ask a Medium radio show. I am your host, Reverend Ivy Rivera, Psychic Medium, coming to you from the Ivy League Psychcic Academy, located here in Buffalo, New York. We take students in from all over the world. If you want to Skype in, you can even use Facebook or FaceTime if you need to do that. And we are working on some programs to go out in the spring where you can download the classes online. So keep an eye at ivyleaguepsychicacademy.com. I am here with my beautiful co-host, Theresa Matuszak. How are you, Therese?
I'm good. Hello, everybody. How are you?
I'm doing good. A little under the weather. I got pooped on by a crazy cockatiel at the zoo today.
That's the zoo for you.
At the zoo, in the rain, you know, interesting. It's got to be good luck. It's got to be a good show. I mean, how often does that happen?
The bird just decided to say, I bless you.
I'm blessed.
You're blessed. You're
overly
good to go.
blessed today. So, anyways, everything's good. I'm looking forward to the show. We haven't done a show in quite a long time where we took questions from the listeners, and we're going to do that all hour. And I just want to do a quick plug on a couple things that are coming up. We do have a psychic fair running the last Sunday of every month for the next 4 months at Margin Manor Winery out in Appleton, New York. Graduates of the Ivy League Psychic Academy will be putting the psychic fair on, and that starts this upcoming Sunday.
This coming Sunday, the 29th, yeah.
Right, the last Sunday of every month. I will also be out at Margin Manor doing a gallery tea show with private reads after in March. Okay, you can look that up at ivyreverapsychicmedium.com. Some of the upcoming classes here going on: Level 1 Psychic Mediumship Development, Empathic Means, Relationships class, meaning love, soulmates, cord cutting, needing to know these things, relationships with family, friends, acquaintances, past lives, all of this. We have this class going on this week, and we might be talking about that throughout the show a little bit. How do we know who we're in relationship with? How do we know if we are born again with the same people that we lived past lives with? What does that mean? When does it work? When is it not working? How do you get rid of somebody if you can't? You've really tried. You know it's not working. It's not so easy to cut cords.
It's exhausting.
It is, and it can feel obsessive and like it's actually, energetically sucking you in and making you crazy and things. So we're gonna. That class is all about cord cutting and keeping relationships nice, healthy, and balanced, whether they're new or old. We also have dreams class coming up this week. So we interpret different kinds of dreams and understand how to manipulate and utilize our dreams for the highest and best good, maximize all of that. Okay, so a lot going on. Kind of cut it off there. Anything else we need to pitch? We are looking for vendors, local artists, authors, jewelry makers, photographers, native work, and then your more traditional vendors for the Silo City Psychic Fair coming up September 23rd, the Ivy League Psychic Fair. Okay, so if you're interested in that, you can check out the Ivy League Psychic Academy website or Ivy Rivera Psychic Medium website for details. Please join us for that. It's a great event. Now, if people want to call in, what is the number for that?
The number to call in is 646-668-2353.
Okay, you want to give that one more time?
646-668-2353.
All right. No, thank you. So we have a lot of questions coming in here, and we want to try to get to as many as we possibly can. And I'd like to start with one that you had from Facebook, I believe.
Yes, it was on Facebook. I'm trying to pull it up really quick.
Okay.
It is. Oh, here it is. It's from a Lindsay, and it says, every day for the last week I have woken up out of a sleep at 6 a.m. I'm literally wide awake when this happens, and it takes an hour or two to go back to sleep. I'm used to being up until 5 or 6 and then waking out of the sleep at 3 a.m. But I'm not understanding this 6 a.m. thing. Any ideas as to what is going on?
Okay. So basically, she's waking up at a different time.
Right.
And she's curious as to why. Okay. Let me see what I'm getting with this. I'm feeling like a lot of extra work, and I almost feel as though you have a guide coming in, waking you up, but then I feel the guide pulling far back, as though I'm here to alert you to this, but I'm not going to help you anymore with this, almost as though you should know what to do. There's extra work to be done. I would say that this is your wake-up call. I'm not going to say that you're necessarily on a new sleep schedule, but it isn't unheard of to go through these sleep changes as a light worker, and anybody, can do this, where for a period of time, your sleep schedule is completely adjusted for a period of a few months. And when the work is done that you're supposed to do, it goes back to normal. So that's how it feels to me. What are you getting with this?
I'm right along with you, but I'm also getting that there's a shift and a change of energy going on, not just like within her environment, but within herself. Like there's a progression that is going on. It's something that she's going to need to be working on and paying attention to. I feel like it's about somewhere within the next 3 months or so, like it's going to be coming a lot stronger, and she's going to know exactly more of what it is. I feel like it's with development without herself, and moving forward with things that she really needs to work on, like a life contract type of thing. But I'm feeling like it's within about 3 months out, but there's definitely a shifting going on. And the wake up, like you said, it's like almost like a wake up call. It's like, hey, I'm getting your attention, and then bye, gotta go, hi, how are you, and then go.
Yep.
And it's almost like trying to get her more familiar with the coming in and going out of guides and energy in and out again. Almost like it was kind of stagnant for a little bit.
Right. I would also say that at that time, you may be getting downloads of information. You may be getting a lot of instruction, messages, insights into what exactly you're supposed to be doing. So, how artists tend to be up all night long, and that's when the inspiration comes through. Look at it like that. Now 6 o'clock in the morning is your artist hour, and utilize it until it shifts, and you'll go back to normal. Just give it a little time. All right, thank you for that question, Lindsay. I want to move on to caller, Jen.
Which one is that?
No, I've got this one, and then we'll go to some callers that are actually calling in. So this was a caller from earlier. Jen, her question is, she says that her wife is having a hard time lately, is wondering where you see us getting relief, or how we can get some relief from some of the hardship that her wife is dealing with. Let's take a look at that. Okay. When I'm going over here with your wife, what I'm feeling is a ton of anxiety, and I feel like I might throw up. Like my stomach is upset. I almost feel like knots in my stomach, and I can't prescribe a diagnosis, of course, but I almost feel as though there could be some potential ulcer upset, and I think we need to be careful and calm. And I'm hearing like Maalox, I'm hearing Pepto-Bismol, which doesn't mean go and start chugging these things as much as it is about learning techniques to calm and release the energy. I think that she would be a great candidate for the empathic means lecture that goes on here. She seems to have a tremendous amount of empathic ability, like level 4 off the charts, which means that she is absorbing a lot of this from outside of her. I also feel like there's some talk of paranormal activity connected to this, and that you may be getting concerned that there's some kind of attachment or a negative lower energy coming in trying to attack her, and do you feel the need to protect her with this? I want to say it this way. It is her responsibility, and it needs to start with her thoughts. So she's going to need to learn some new techniques to deal with this. You, on the other hand, can only steer her in that direction. Okay, so you could pull away, okay, and manifest that she's listening and taking responsibility for that and going after what she needs to learn how to do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like you taking the words out of my mouth tonight. This is where
you're going to start on the next one then. I repeat.
I get to look like a parent.
Well, if there's nothing more, then we'll just go on to the next one.
What I was going to say is she definitely needs to take the supportive role. Not that she's not supportive of her wife at all, but I'm just saying support in this area, not really giving the advice and stuff, but definitely get into the empathic needs class because the anxieties and everything else is just really starting to kind of take a toll. And it's pulling on her own energy. And she might be absorbing from others and not knowing that is even happening. And it can be a big, confusing mess.
Absolutely.
So the support role and everything, definitely get her in here and have her really sit in. I think it's just learning how to block and everything, the techniques that are taught, I think are going to make a big, big help. But intent is key, and she's got to want that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No more confused thinking. That confused cycle of thinking creates weakness, fear, and feeds it and attracts more of the negative. So she's got to start cutting that off immediately. Yeah. Okay, thank you for your call, Jen. And we have a caller coming in. Hello, caller, are you there?
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for taking my call. I want to know, what do you see with regards to my love life? I am single right now.
Okay. Can I get your first name?
It's Rose.
Okay. So I want to say that, and there may be another listener because I keep hearing Suzanne. Okay, so there might be like two listeners right now who had a similar question. So the answer would be the same for both of you. I want to say that you seem to have been going through a period of time where you were really looking a lot at what you have to offer. And I'm feeling that you're happy with that. And I'm getting a lot of confirmation over here from your loved ones on the other side, as well as your relationship guide. I'm getting confirmation that that is the way to go. That as long as you stay focused and positive about what you have to offer, and you stay within that mindset that you are going to manifest and attract to you the right person because of those positive thoughts, that's what you are doing. However, it seems to be getting a little old. It's almost like, okay, I learned how to do this. It's stale. You know, what's coming in? There seems to be a little bit of a gap in time between you learning that skill, focusing in on it, and then getting a little tired of it, and it's a yawn. There's about a 3-month period, a gap of time, and then I'm looking into the 8th month of the year and 8 months out, where we would see this person coming in a little bit closer. When he comes in, it comes in hard and fast, and there is no reversal. So I'm feeling meaty bones. I'm feeling darker hair, maybe going a bit gray. I'm seeing glasses going on and off, which can mean that he wears them and then doesn't wear them. It can also mean that he's examining some situations in his life right now. I feel a hard divorce, a hard breakup behind him, very, very much so ready to leave it behind and move forward. Good money, solid work, some decent investment, has had some hard hits, but he's ready to reinvest with someone. And I see a potential for a ring. May go a little bit faster than what you're comfortable with. And if you start to feel like you need to tell him to slow down, that it's making you feel uncomfortable or a little suspicious of his intentions, I want to say don't be suspicious of his intentions, but do state your boundaries clearly and take the time that you need.
It's so funny you were saying that because the first thing I got with hearing her name was a darker haired gentleman, and I'm like, okay, where are we going? Right, where are we going? Maybe lighter in the eye. Where are we? Right, where are we going with this? So the first thing I heard was that she's a very sweet individual and she can attract a lot with her sweetness, but then it also feels like she's slightly concerned that, you know, is this going to be another dud, so to speak? Like I heard the word dud, you know, and it's like, don't worry about that so much. Just really, like you said, focus the intent of what you want, what you're looking for, and like manifest it and draw it to you. But I feel like he's really just kind of waiting. He's doing his own thing, and he's kind of somebody who's busy with a lot of stuff, but totally has the time to invest in her as an individual.
Which is really nice compared to what you had, which seemed a little confused. Mm-hmm. You know, like some from the past, I'm sensing some people that were just confused. I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know who I am. I don't know where I'm going. I mean, this guy's like dead ahead, knows where he's headed, and knows what he wants. And I think you should maybe let him have it. Okay, so it looks like you're going to have a lot of fun. Just stay open. The next year is going to be very busy for you. Yeah.
Wow, thank you both so much. That was excellent. I'm looking forward to meeting this guy.
Excellent. Okay, keep us posted. Thanks so much,
all right,
caller.
Bye.
All right, bless. And we have another one coming in here on the call line. Okay. Okay, caller, are you there? Hello? Do we want to go to the next one?
Yeah.
Hello, caller, are you there?
Yes, hi. How'd you know I was going to ask about love?
What's your name?
Suzanne.
That's insane.
There you go.
This is like, I swear to God, people, okay, I can't make this stuff up. I really, I swear to you, I don't have the time to orchestrate this stuff, okay? So it is what it is. All right, and if you're just making that up, Suzanne, we appreciate it.
I'm not making it up. I thought that you maybe had my number and my name, she called a month ago or something.
No, I don't. Not in front of me.
No caller.
Tree and I are just staring at each other and a microphone. No, I did not know. Okay, so, well, we kind of answered it, but let's see. There has to be some different, a little bit of tweaking here. Okay, well, here's what I'm getting with you, Susanna. It feels like a little bit closer with you, which is going to mean that this person is already here. Okay, but I'm also getting more like 4 months with you, the 4th month out and 4 months. So the time frame is just slightly different, but the proximity of this person to where you are is also a little bit different. I'm also feeling a little bit lighter here. Mm-hmm. And with this person, I feel a little bit more kind of scattered energy. He's a little timid, and you come through with this great personality for him to contribute to the relationship where sometimes, people are opposites, and it can really balance things. So you're really so steady about who you are, so steady about what you believe. You can make a prediction on something and you don't care if it's denied in the universe till the end of time. You're still like, whatever, I know the truth. That's my prediction. He doesn't really work that way. He's learning how to a little bit more, but he has a nervous energy. I also feel empathic ability with him. So he does absorb other people's stuff. He's a sensitive guy. And it seems that you would help to stabilize him with that. He brings in a lot of love for you in areas where you weren't able to receive it before. In other relationships, I was seeing emptiness with you, some loneliness, sadness, people putting up walls, people not truly contributing to you emotionally and with that intimacy, and he will fill in those gaps. What are you getting?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. I mean, it feels like there's something more behind the scenes too. Like there's something else waiting to kind of unfold in a way, and it feels like it's relationship relating, but then it feels like it's something within herself too. So don't forget to, like we told the other caller, accept it and allow and manifest what you want to move forward, and that'll help it make it even better. But he feels a little more stocky to me, almost more of that kind of triangular shape in a way, it's really straight shoulders, almost like football padding in a way, but not that big and bulky. But yeah, generally a good soul, but very sweet and timid. You're not going to make him run away, even though it might seem like he's going to run away, but he's not. He
comes not at you, asking you out per se. It's almost like I'm going to suggest this, and I'm going to act like I'm cool and calm, and I got it together, and I'm going to use humor, and then you could feel like he's going to run away. And he might. He's freaking out. He's freaking out that he did it. And so it's kind of funny. So just really be available. You're down to earth, great self, and it feels really good. Okay, so the same thing as the other caller, basically. Keep manifesting, keep your focus, your attention on that.
Will I be attracted to him? Will it be nice? Or
what's that?
Will I be attracted to him? Will he be nice?
Oh, my God, absolutely. I mean, there's no doubt about that part of it. It's more like the way that your personalities fit together, because they're very opposite. You're going to have to learn a little bit of balancing with that. But the attraction is there, the passion is there, the desire to even travel and go out and do new things like classes, some development. He's a good friend. He's good company, and you guys are intellectually stimulating for one another.
Absolutely.
It's a full package.
Yeah, totally. And he feels very sweet too, a little bit, like very considerate, concerned of your feelings and what you want to do. But you might have to push a little bit at first to get him to.
Well, hopefully there's marriage or living together down the future.
It looks like all of that is absolutely within the cards. Yep. So just keep focused on what you need to for now, and I would say within the next 4 months, you're going to see this coming in closer. Okay. Good luck, Susan.
All right.
Enjoy. Thank you.
All right. I'll just have to wait till May.
That's right. And keep us posted.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Now, I know we have some more callers here waiting, but I want to get to a couple of the questions that we have coming in here through Facebook. And do you want to take this next one first?
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure.
Okay. You don't have to. It's totally up to you. Okay, I'm going to read it, and we'll see what you're getting.
Okay.
And then if you want to toss it back over to me first, then I'll take it.
Okay.
So we have a Jason from Facebook who says, how do you determine a past life? I'm not sure how that could be read in many different ways, so just whatever you're getting.
Honestly, for me, it's kind of more along the lines of similarity, kind of feeling like similar things, like you've done this before and everything else. And that's, if I'm understanding the question properly, as far as how do you determine whether a past life is affecting you or is a part of this one and so forth. So it's really just similarities, like been there, done that, or having knowledge, like where did that even come from, other than, having something like claircognizance, which is the great knowing, which is knowing beforehand. But it's really just in having almost like a database of information that has already been kind of programmed into your head.
Good.
And it's really just realizing where does that come from, and then you have to dig a little further. That can get difficult, as it is finding out, like, who were you in a past life, what did you do, and so on.
And I would say this, it is within our, DNA. It's within our higher mind and always accessible to us as individuals if we want to go in and we want to get in touch with that information from our past lives. But we also have something called an Akashic Record Guide, who holds all of the files from your previous lives. And most importantly, when you start talking to your Akashic Record Guide, you ask for that information during a meditation or in your dreams or however you want to receive it. When they start to show it to you, they are typically going to show you what is applying to this life. Like Tree said, you don't want to see everything under the sun. You don't need to know if you were a caveman who got eaten by a mammoth a million years ago. It just doesn't apply anymore. You want to hear from typically your last 2 to 4 lives, and what might still be lingering is maybe unfinished business, right, or very intense relationships, or really what is the rest of the work that you need to do in this life that is already learned from previous lives. And when you start to talk to your Akashic Record Guide, it makes it a lot more clear. And it's just a good jumping off point to stay focused on this life and how it's connected to the last few. Okay, so thanks for that question. That's a great question. And you guys can take, we have a class here called Meet Your Guides. And during Meet Your Guides class, we do get in touch with our Akashic Record Guide. And we ask that they show us a life that's affecting us now and our relationships now. And it's pretty cool.
And she or he, depending on the guide, sure does. I always tell people, be careful what you ask for.
Be careful what you ask for.
Because they're usually right there to be like, ta-da.
They've been waiting. They probably told you 50 times. You already know. It's almost like a confirmation.
But it really is much easier, too, like with your class, with having that guided meditation. People they relax and they're more open. So it's actually easier to have that versus just sitting at home.
Right. And denying. Oh, is that my imagination?
Right.
Deny it. Don't deny it. Don't negate anything. Just write it down. Keep a journal.
Just
collect
do
it. Just do it. Just allow something to happen. We have another caller in here. Hello, caller. Are you there?
Yes. Hi. This is Laura.
Hi, Laura. How are you? What's your question?
I would like to know what you see for me coming up getting a job.
Okay, good, because that's what I'm getting with you is finances. I'm also getting grinding of the teeth or nervousness. So I want to say you need to, calm down a little bit if you feel like you're entering a period of stress bothering you at night, and let it go. What I'm seeing with this one is don't hold yourself back. I feel like there was some attempt to apply within what you were already doing, and then I feel like there was some thought on applying outside, what you really want to do. This is something I would really like to get into, but. And I feel like no more buts.
Yeah.
Just go. When you are applying It does not necessarily mean that I'm telling you you're going to get what you applied for. I'm saying that in the act of you doing it and being willing to take some blind steps in faith and put forth the effort, it energetically shifts things in the universe in your favor. And it feels like it will be resolved within the next 3 to 6 months, but possibly even previous to that, there's an awful lot of talk I'm getting in within the next month of something being solidified.
Yeah, it's very close. But then, the funny thing is as soon as you started talking about the grinding of the teeth, I'm like rolling my neck, and it just feels like everything's built up way in here. And it's not just like just the stress of situations and wondering what to do, but also like almost like she almost like takes on the weight of the world and puts it on her own shoulders. And it's like, don't do that. Don't put any more on yourself than what you're already having to deal with. But definitely it does feel like it's coming in. It's going to come in more quickly. I want to say like almost like your energy feels very cluttered up too. I would say you got to shake that out and really just kind of take a nice warm bath, with some maybe Epsom salts or something. Just kind of like draw that out. Not like the toxic energy. It's just that it's just building up.
It's what if energy.
Foggy.
What if this?
Yeah.
What if that energy?
So draw that out. Draw it out from you and really just put your focus where your energy needs to be focused and not with all the what ifs.
Good. All right. Good luck with that.
Okay, so thanks.
Yeah, it's definitely coming. But again, there's almost like a working out process. I don't know if we lost you, if you're still listening, but it almost feels to me like what's coming in within the next month. I want to say don't expect it to go full steam ahead right away. It's almost like, oh, it's here. And then you're like, wait a minute. Something is taking time, whether it's paperwork or you're waiting for another call back, but it is on the way.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, caller. Okay, take care. And do we have another one? It's funny because I'm sorry. Hold on one second, caller. People think in terms, I just want to say this real quick. People think in terms of when can I get this thing? When will this right person come along? When is this thing that I need going to be here? And the reality is that when we change our thought, when we change our energy, when we take that salt bath, when we apply for that job that we know we're probably not going to get, that's when it happens. That's when you have a breakthrough, when you step out in faith.
Yep, absolutely. Everything
works in your favor. So it is not about the goal. It's the journey and what you do when you're on it, okay, energetically. Hi, caller. Are you there?
Hi. This is Jane.
Hi, how are you? Jane, okay.
How are you doing?
Good, thank you. What's your question?
I'm just wondering what you can pick up regarding my work situation.
Another work situation. Oof. You want to go with this one first?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay, she's shaking out her left arm. I'm shaking out my right. All right, so basically what that's going to mean, and I'll let you go with the left, and I'll just explain the right. Okay, they divided us up. So what's going on here is there's, again, sort of like the last caller, a little bit of holding back energy, but I almost want to say there was some fear stuff going on. I feel like for a period of time you were resistant to going through changes that needed to happen. And so you could say that the universe kind of took over and forced some changes to happen that you weren't necessarily comfortable with or planning for. With that, I'm getting immediate resistance from you, almost like, gee, I kind of knew this was going to happen, but what if? And so there's some sense of holding back that you would not know exactly what direction to be going in. And what I'm feeling is that back when there were shifts going on at the actual job, you were having a lot of ideas about staying within the ballpark of this same type of work, but looking elsewhere. And I feel comfortable with that. I'll just say that for now. What are you getting?
Pretty much that. No, it just feels like there's a lot of like resistance to this. There's a lot of like holding back, and it's almost like not just like within yourself, like wanting to know like exactly where you should move forward with it and how does it apply and everything else. And it's kind of like if you hold yourself back or you become afraid of it, you're going to miss opportunity. I feel like missed opportunity can be happening. But you definitely want to just think clearly as far as where you really feel you want to go with it and just really just go. Just let go and go.
And there could be one more job that is very similar, like I said, in the ballpark of what you were doing, and then you getting more insight from the universe about what your soul wants to do, what's really in your soul contract, has a lot to do with helping other people and getting out there more in sort of a holistic way, counseling people, working with the people hands-on. And I see after this next position, you might find yourself going out into that more and exploring, and that feels very right. So it's okay to stay within the ballpark. Okay?
Okay. All
Thank
right.
you
Well,
so much. I want to say, too, apply, what is it, east? I want to say almost like east of your house. I want to say apply east. There are 2 different positions available east of your house, and then it feels like one northeast. Okay, so don't be afraid of a little commute.
Okay, and how, do you have a time frame?
It feels like if you do that and you're hitting these, I would say a month, and then I'm seeing a month on the one northeast, and then 5 months for the bottom one.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Bottom one?
Yeah.
for the one that would be more to the east. Yeah. So look, there are 2 to the east of your house, and there is 1 northeast of your house. A little bit of a distance, a little bit of a commute. Feels like a building, like almost like possibly like a medical or like an educational, feels like an establishment. Apply to these, and we'll see what works out. Okay, but I would go northeast first.
Northeast is the best one?
Yes, that will hit you within a month. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, it is. It is.
That's the one within a month. Okay, I'll keep an eye
that's
on
the commute, but I'd cut my losses on that, and I would just grab it.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yes.
well, thanks for the insight.
Okay, thank you so much. Take care.
Take care.
We have another caller coming in here. Hello, caller, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you?
Pretty good. How you doing? This is Tony.
Okay, what's your question?
Yeah, I was looking to pursue a career opportunity overseas, and I just wanted to see if you had any insight on that.
Okay, I'm feeling good about it. I'm hearing like almost like an MBA. I keep hearing all of these, like the minute I heard your voice, I was hearing all of these like degrees and these ideas of these degrees and how to apply them. And I feel like whether you actually went and already have that under your belt, or you have the knowledge from the past, from previous lives or what have you, it's there. It's already there. So if there's been a little bit of a concern that maybe you don't have everything that you need once you get over there, I don't feel like that's something that you need to worry about. I also feel like one of the things going through your head is that you might get over there and it's not a comfortable situation. And I feel like I'm talking about the living environment itself. I am feeling a little bit homesick. I'm also feeling a little bit of, how do I want to say this? Okay, there will be some trials. There is some turmoil, and it feels to me like some of it could be health stuff. So I would say be careful what you're eating, but it also feels, once you get over there, okay, but it also feels to me like there's some almost like mental, emotional stuff and some stressors that come in. You could get a sense from the culture that it's far more unstable and unpredictable than what you're used to, and you don't get the answers that you want. I feel like you like to be steady. You like to put out, here's what I'm offering, and then you have an expectancy about what you're going to get, and that is not how it's going to go. So if you're ready to hold on for the ride and really go enjoy this experience without a lot of complaining, I feel good about it.
Yeah.
They're lies. I would stay at home, but I don't really feel like that's an option. I feel like you need to do this for your soul.
I actually kind of feel like he's already over there. Like
he is energetically gone. He already made the decision. I don't know what the question is.
It's just not here. It's there. So I definitely, I don't want to mimic everything you just said, but I just definitely feel like mindset too, like where your mindset is at, get that prepared and ready to roll too, because if it's not really prepared and you're ready to wing whatever, like you might get a few surprises that you weren't exactly ready for, so but yeah, it actually feels pretty good. So just try to keep a good perspective on it.
And it may not be your forever home. Yeah. Okay, it may not be your forever home, but that's okay. And expect a little bit of shifts in the love life, okay? And stay really focused on what you're supposed to be doing. Don't let anything come in. I want to say it this way. Sometimes when we're doing something that is new and out of the ordinary, or it's going to bring us up to the next level in life, we get bombarded by tests and trials and like almost what could be perceived as negativity. And if you push through that and you persevere, you get lessons and experiences and great stuff out of it, but you're going to have to focus. I do feel good about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good luck with everything. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you so much.
Okay, take care. And do we have another one coming from here? Should I start getting to these? We have another one coming in. Hello, caller, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thanks for taking my call. My name is
Thank
Crystal.
Okay, and what's your question?
I was pretty much asking about my love life. Can you tell me anything about that? Anyone coming new?
Okay, let's see what's going on here. I'm getting lower back pain. I feel like
Just put my hands on
I know,
my
but we're both sitting like old men. Like my legs are all spread. I'm like leaning forward. I'm like, where's my stogie?
I don't know. Yeah.
So I do feel like there's a gentleman watching out over you. I'm almost feeling like I walk with a little bit of a limp on the left leg, and I may have worn a lot of brown pants. I feel like I'm tucking in my shirt, but it's like a hip or a lower back issue. It feels like grandfather energy. I do believe in my mom's side. Just know that he's watching out over you, and I feel like lighter eyes. So you have the lighter eyes, or he has the lighter eyes. Now, with the love life, okay, he's talking about it's time, all right? And you would have been going through a period where you should have let something go, and it was as though you were holding on, not in a sense that you weren't willing to let it go, but almost like it was there of convenience. It was there of habit. It had just become part of the routine, and the more I feel like you're clearing that out of your energy, there needs to be a period of time once that's done where you're really more focused on you and where you want to be versus relationship stuff. So for a while, almost about a year, it feels like get relationship out of your head entirely. This is not my focus. This is not a concern of mine. I develop my own self and my interests and my hobbies and work. And then I feel we're moving more into that relationship.
Yeah, I was actually just going to say, I was getting a lot of almost like revamping who you are, or even touching base more on the person you are or who you want to be, or just kind of getting reacquainted with yourself. Because I feel like in some sense with, I see a lot of motion going on. So it's almost like the continuous go is almost like losing sight of oneself. So I just want to say to you, actually take some time for yourself and what you want, what you actually really, really want. And yeah, everything else will kind of smooth after that.
When that's done, when you've gotten a lot of that into perspective and there's no sense of, because I can hear you saying, I am whole. I don't need another half to make me a whole. I understand that. But energetically, there is a sense of something missing. And a lot of your energy does go toward that gap. Mm-hmm. And when you're no longer seeing the gap, this person starts coming in and is ready for something serious and substantial. I'm seeing a tall gentleman, and I'm seeing a suit jacket, which would mean that he either owns his own business or he's like head of management, he's a CEO. It's something like that. He's really at the top of his game. There's a lot of travel behind him. I feel like a very loving mother or grandmother, but there was some hardship in the past. I'm almost feeling like, maybe a little bit of a trouble, either youth or moving between 3 different cities or 3 different states or 3 different places. So he has a lot under his belt. I want to say he's rich in character. He's super funny, and I almost feel like a comedian writing down his jokes, okay? He has a way of uplifting you and shaking it up a little bit because the humorous side of you needs to be shaken. I feel like you may have come out of some serious relationships that were just sucking the life out of you. So this is going to be great. Yeah, so good things. Okay, absolutely, it's coming in, but make sure that you're doing that. Make sure that you're spending that year after you let the last thing completely go, just really focusing on you and work. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, great. Thank you. It resonates. It does. Thank you.
Awesome. Absolutely.
Okay,
Have
bye.
fun with it. Blessings.
Sure, thanks.
Okay. And do we have another one calling in from here, or should I take some on Facebook?
The record calling.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Caller, are you there?
Hello, yes I am. I sent my question in earlier. My name's Lori, and I asked you if I was going to be able to move out of state. I'm living in Maine.
Okay, great. Did you send that through text?
Yes, I did.
Okay, great. Let's see what's going on. Lori, moving to Maine.
Moving out of Maine. I'm living in Maine.
Oh, moving from Maine. Okay, so you're asking if you're going to? Okay.
Yes.
I'm feeling a hesitancy. Like, the thoughts are there, the intentions are there, you feel like you're supposed to, and then it's really not happening. What are you getting with this?
Right.
I kind of feel like she's where she is for the moment. Maybe, 6 months, maybe. I know, you know what I mean? Like, it just kind of feels like it's she's where she is right now. Like, if I were to say she can move right now, no. You know what I mean? Like, it just really kind of feels like she's just kind of stuck.
It's a very what if type of a situation.
Very, very, yeah.
What I'm feeling is really that there is a sense of paperwork that has to be signed. There's a lot going on with finances. There's a lot going on with, like, mortgages and contracts, and there's sort of a dull, that's the boring stuff, right? That's the stuff in life that doesn't give us, like, any really great warm fuzzies or excitement. It's just the adult stuff that has to get worked out, and the universe has to work with that too. And there's no way to force this or rush this. Once all of those papers are, let's just say, signed, sealed, delivered, you dotted your I's, you crossed T's, then the ball gets rolling rather quickly. Mm-hmm. But I would give it about 5 months from beginning to end, of the time that you're really focused on it.
Okay.
Then it feels good. Okay, very easy after that. Okay, very easy.
Good.
Warm, comforting, prosperity, good things after that. Okay.
Thank
you so much for your question. All right, have a good time with it.
I will.
Absolutely. And before we get to these callers here, I want to get to a couple of the questions here. Do you want to take this one first?
Sure.
Okay, so we have from a Suri or a Seri, S-E-R-I from Facebook. He says, my energy is so dark and hurt from other people that I truly don't know how to shake this. I feel dead and worthless inside. Yeah, that's heavy. Tree, what are you getting with this, or do you want me to go first?
You go. Okay,
so I'm sorry, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, even though that is my daughter's middle name. I'm going to call her Suri, so I'm just going to call you Suri. The way that I'm feeling with you is that there's a lot of, oh God, there's this song, and it's like, time to get up, crabs in the bucket. It's almost like, it's like one step forward, two steps back. It's like, I'm up, I got knocked down. It's like the world just keeps sort of beating you up.
Yeah.
And every time you take a beat down, you're like dramatic about it when it first happens. And then it's like you have to hit rock bottom, and you're like, oh, I'm going to pick myself up. You get back up, but it's almost like it isn't true. It's almost like you don't completely believe it. I want to say that you have to learn. The lesson that you're supposed to be learning in all of these hits is that you don't go down in the first place. You take a punch and you may stagger. You may have to let your vision get refocused, okay, and catch your balance again, but you keep fighting and you keep walking. And the interesting thing is, instead of going through the drama and woe is me and hitting rock bottom and getting depressed and trying to get back up, isn't it easier just to stay standing, okay, and to finish the fight? The funny thing is, though, it's like there's not another punch coming. The minute you learn that lesson to stand still and keep going forward or get back in the ring, you don't get hit again. It's over. And it's like you've mastered this energy, you've mastered this lesson, and I keep hearing your 40s. So I don't know where you are in age, but I keep hearing like a lot of lessons in that. Okay, a lot of lessons in that. So keep fighting and go forward and stop stopping. What are you getting?
I was actually, it's kind of funny because this came up earlier today in a conversation I had with somebody, and I've never heard of it before, so I'm going to kind of repeat some of this. Basically, it feels like for every moment that you experienced that was a bad moment, it left some sort of a energetic print within your energy field, within like your aura. So being able to take something and getting over a situation and moving forward, it's almost like if a similar situation starts to happen, you resort back into old ways. And your energy is what really needs to kind of be worked on to be able to let go of what that is. I'm also want to say that you feel rather empathic to me.
Oh my God, it means you super psychic, mediumistic, empathic.
Yeah, and I think that's why, because one of the things for us, I mean, your empathic means lecture, by all means, get in here or Skype in for that, because I feel like him along with the other one we had earlier about her wife, it really needs to happen. But basically, what I'm going to say is us as empaths, we always feel the need to heal the world, and we always feel the need to kind of fix everybody. Even when we don't know that that's kind of what's going on, like our energy will just automatically want to do this. And I feel like that's what happens where these almost like thumbprints, footprints, whatever from other situations stick. It's not an attachment or anything of that nature. It's just like a thumbprint or a footprint or like just an imprint on it.
Be aware that you're also attracting all those people that need help, and stop allowing yourself to be a martyr and be drained by the people that are being attracted to you, these infant souls, when you're an old soul and you shouldn't really be overly committing to time with them.
So don't focus on your energy being dark. Look at yourself as somebody who people really need, but also know where to put your energy, where it's worth it and everything else.
Amen. I love that. I love that. So many light workers see themselves as dark energies. Oh, I'm dark and I'm always attracting and the paranormal. And it's like, that's not it at all.
No.
So stop even addressing that. No one this light would be attracting people who need healing unless it was genuine. You'd be attracting negative, dark energies. It would be major problems, and it just needs to be cleared out and readjusted a little bit.
Absolutely. It takes its toll over time to where, in effect, you start to feel exactly how you're feeling, like your energy is terrible or that it's dark when it's really not.
Right. Good.
So just we got to clean it up.
All right. Thank you, Sari. That was a great question. I love that. And, right on, Tree. I love the way that you said that. You know,
I'm on it tonight.
look at the light that you are. See yourself for what you are. Just because you feel like you're in the ghetto because everyone's sucking it out of you doesn't mean that you aren't light.
Right. It doesn't mean that you're not worth it. I mean, you totally are. It's like a spiritual being. We're all energy and so forth. So
this is going to alter his love life a lot too, doing this.
Yeah, so, positive things. Because it really just feels like all kinds of sunshiny and clear skies after this. But almost like I hate to use this reference, but almost like Pigpen from Peanuts.
Yeah.
Constant living in a cloud. Not that you're dirty, but just saying that. Get your head out of the closet and look at yourself.
Yeah, take the Empathic Means lecture. Skype in, check it out on the website, Ivy League Psychic Academy.com. We have one coming in here from Joanna, I want to say, on Facebook. And she says, I can't seem to shake the sadness and depression since my last breakup. Do you see any brightness in the future? What are you getting with that?
Almost the same thing. This feels like it's kind of piggybacking. And what's funny is as I was giving the previous information, I'm thinking it's going to happen again. So it kind of feels like the same thing. What happens is, what I'm getting is, look at yourself. And once you feel you're at that point where you're completely over what had happened, which I kind of feel like it's really kind of heavy, like my chest feels almost like I'm being pushed on. So it's a heavy situation. But once you can really get yourself to go past that and tell yourself that I am worth loving, I am worth giving love, I am worth, I am special and so forth, typical cliche stuff, you really want to look at what is going on within your energy. What are you putting out? Because if you're constantly letting things bother you and hit on you, like that's kind of what you're going to be giving out, and then you start to attract that stuff.
And I want to say there is a lot of sadness. I wasn't fully listening to what you said. I'm looking at the next one, but so I hope I'm not repeating. Excuse me, everybody. I think I'm getting the flu. So, the way that it feels, Joanna, is that you're a little hung up on some trauma that happened, and it's a little bit woe is me, and look at my, I'm in these dark, murky waters, and these bad things have happened, and why me? I thought I'm a good person. I should be attracting higher. Don't they tell me that I'll attract higher if I'm a good person? No, not at all. Not at all. You can be Gandhi, and you can attract a sociopathic narcissist. It's really about constant maintenance and work. It isn't as simple as we think that it is. We have to put a lot more effort into it. So let go of anything that happened and learn how to manifest, learn the laws of attraction, learn how to maintain your energy at a higher level, vibrate higher. I love when people say that. Vibrate higher. We don't even need to explain it. It just sounds right.
Oh, absolutely. Because the other thing I was getting to is that is the simple fact that we may know, especially with me, because I'm a rather high level empath. So it's kind of like one of those things where we may tell ourselves and we may know that we can't fix everybody, but sometimes our energy, being light and healing energy, doesn't know that.
Correct.
And our energy will, as much as those people that are kind of more like dark and narcissistic, who empaths do attract,
right?
It needs help. Our energy is automatically like, oh, I'm going to fix this person. I'm going to heal this person just by being near them.
Oh, you got to break habits.
You got to break it off.
Break them.
Cleanse that out.
Heck yeah. Please. All right. Well, that's a great question, though. I love that. Okay, so two kind of serious ones in a row there about managing your energy. We have one coming in here from a text from an Amanda who says, will I get pregnant in 2017? I have a big pot belly with a little boy in it, but before that I have a pot belly with a girl in it. So it seems like girl first, boy second. They always like to, make a liar out of me or debate on making a liar out of me. That's because they have free will and they can change that at any time, as could you before you came to Earth. So, but I would bet on it. This usually turns out pretty accurate. So it feels like girl, boy energy after that. And I do feel almost like two very close, like one at the end of 1 year and then like one at the end of the other year. Like I would almost say like November, December, I have one. I go all the way to the end of the next year, and I'm like December, I'm having another one.
Funny thing is I was actually hearing November to February. So almost like it was, like pregnancy this year. Oh, yeah. But when the baby comes, I'm kind of getting, it depends on when she becomes pregnant.
Yeah, it depends on some house stuff.
Yes. But definitely get ready, because it almost kind of feels like as much as you want for this baby to come, there's other stuff that needs to be worked out.
Yeah, and if you're being a stickler on like the house or the space in the house or what were we supposed to renovate or is this house right, I feel like you're gonna have to let that go. The moment you release it and you're like, whatever, you know what, we're just gonna roll with it. Preggers.
And I'm also hearing grandma means well.
Okay.
I'm not really sure what's going to happen there.
She's going to be around a lot.
I'm hearing grandma means well, just forgive her. So
somebody's going to be talking to grandma.
Yeah. And good luck.
Old souls, a little medium born into your house. Congratulations on the baby. Very, very cute. Okay, so we also have one coming in here from Susan, and I think we have like maybe one more we can get to before we have to wrap up the show. Susan from Facebook. I lost my engagement ring. I bent the prong on it, and then I put it in a firebox for safety, and it's no longer there. Let's see what we're getting with this. Okay. I have a lot of almost like confused energy, because it almost seems to me like there's too much thinking connected to this. It's like, did I not put it in there? I know I put it in there. Did somebody take it? Who would have taken it? There's only a male that would be around it. And then there's some question of, did somebody almost try to help with it? What is going on? I'm actually feeling like it fell. I feel like papers, like it went to the back. If I go all the way to the back to the left corner, it like fell under some things. It would almost be like if you had a stack of papers and you at one point had something near the top, right? And then like it wasn't, and you were like, oh, it's gone because it was at the top. It probably got shuffled in. And there may have been someone else who went in, like a male energy, who went in and was like not knowing that was there or not remembering that was in there and just looking for something. It got pushed to the back. So I think there's a possibility that it's still in there somewhere.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm definitely kind of seeing it inside of something because every time I try to focus on the ring itself, it's like dark. So I can't really make out, but I'm almost hearing, like we were saying with the papers, I was kind of feeling like a folded paper or an envelope or something, like it just kind of like peeked in or under. Yeah, I don't.
That's what it felt like. And then I went to the back left corner, and it may have even fallen down if there were like two layers, because I'm almost saying like a shelf. Like if I were to open this thing, it's almost like a shelf in the middle, and I'm on the top, and it fell, and it may have even gone down to the bottom. So check that area and let us know where it turns up on the Academy Talk Radio page on Facebook. This would be very curious if you guys can give confirmation on there. We certainly do appreciate it. Do we have time for one more? I think just barely. Okay, so we're going to answer this one real quick. Also from text, hi, Ivy. Question for your show tonight from Carrie. Do you see a change in residence? I've been looking, but I haven't found it. Will I find it, or should I build it? Or is staying where it's at?
Are you sure?
Question mark, exclamation mark, thanks, exclamation mark. Okay, so she's,
wants to move?
Basically, she could have just said relocation or no. I'm feeling building. I'm feeling like staying still and building, even though it's not in the exact same location. Yeah. I feel that there is something fulfilling about that needs to happen. And since we have to wrap up the show, I'm just going to sort of leave it at that. Yeah. Even though there are other options, okay, I feel that the strongest. What are you getting?
No, pretty much the same thing. I'm seeing her sitting exactly like where she is, and then there's like a movement forward and a lot of action. So, yes.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
All right, very good. So we want to, we do have, we have just 2 more minutes. Maybe we can get to one more here. My question for tonight's show, this is coming in from text, is will I move to another state? Okay, that is Lori from Maine, so we did already get to that one. Okay, I want to recap real quick some of the classes that are coming up this week that we wanted to promote. Relationships class. These are up on Ivy League Psychic Academy website. Relationships class this week is focused not only on love life, but on family, friends, acquaintances, soulmates, soul groups, past life connections, and cords. Cords being attachments, you could say, to other individuals where you're energetically sharing an energy, and that can be okay, and sometimes that cannot be okay. And if you were to say, this is not okay, and I'm going to create some space from this person and set boundaries, but the energy keeps pulling you back in and causing negativity in your thoughts, your energy, your dreams, whatever the case is, you may need to learn some cord cutting. So that's relationships class. Dreams, obviously, it's about dreams, okay? We talk a little bit about astral travel, what's the difference between vision dreams, premonition dreams, visit dreams from spirits on the other side, all that good stuff, okay? We also have a Reiki training coming up, hauntings, clearings, and attachments, coffee with your angels, and meet your guides class. Check everything out on the website. If you want to book a reading with me, Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com, or find me on Facebook at Ivy Rivera. And where can they find you?
On Facebook at Theresa, Matuszak, Psychic Medium.
Okay, thanks for tuning in to the Academy Talk Radio Ask a Medium show. We will be back in probably about 2 weeks. We do this twice a month, so we'll keep you posted. Find the Facebook page, Academy Talk Radio. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and thanks for your questions. Take care. Take care of each other. Blessings.
Yo, everybody get up! Everybody get up! Everybody needs to understand that I'm more than simply a hype man for this rap group, just like Geico is more than just a company that can save you money. Geico also has fast and friendly claim service, so they can help you when you need it most. And while I do love being a hype man, I also love reading for children's audiobooks. Like Little Bo Peep, she lost the sheep, and she don't know where to find them. Yo!
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more. Hi, this is Maury Moreland Morrison, here to tell you Geico has more than just great savings. Much more. Geico's been around for more than 75 years, back when they were using Morse code. Sorry, that's just my sense of humor. What's more, with Geico you get 24/7 access to licensed agents on the app, online, or over the phone, so you can talk to them at night or in the morning. So forevermore, just know that no other auto insurer has more than Geico. More power to you. Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.